we go.
Yep.
Well, this
Okay.
one looks like a much quicker game.
Going back to the history, we see that Zerbi and ARC in the final game for this tournament, the first ever WarLight streamed 1v1 tournament,
Oh my
hosted by
gosh!
Lolowut,
It's
streamed by
amazing!
Mythonian and kcscrag. Shameless plug. We see wastelands in Northwest Territory, Western Great Lakes, Algeria, Niger, Congo, France, and Western Siberia.
Oh, North Africa's dead?
So is West Africa. Oh,
Yeah, and
Africa's
that
not
Congo
at all a
spot's
good
pretty
starting
important.
location in this game. Possible starting locations. Not really seeing any one territory bonuses that you can get.
Yeah, me either. It seems pretty spread out, these guys. They tend to be in the middle of the bonus, instead of touching other bonuses.
Yep.
Although,
Oh,
wait, West Russia could be taken in one
West
turn.
Russia. Oh, yeah, it could. That's probably the only one though. I don't see any other.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh wait, no, not quite Indonesia.
I spy with my little eye.
Okay, so people might go into Antarctica, possibly South Africa if they want to try to gain that, because there's two territories touching that. Otherwise, West Russia, Central Russia, Scandinavia, Middle East, Southeast Asia are probably, and East China. Those starting locations all seem pretty good. Central America could be done. It seems slow to expand though, because
Well,
you can't really.
it's not bad if you have positions elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like if you had South America and Central America, it's not too bad. Central America's not a bad spot.
Okay. Well, we can see that ARC first pick Mexico, second
Huh.
pick Georgia, third
He
pick
agrees
Pakistan,
with me, Matthew. He agrees with me.
fourth pick Brazil, fifth pick Tomsk, sixth pick UFA. So he's trying to go for both. His pick in Georgia is pretty interesting. For his second pick, probably more long-term pick instead of short-term. He's got two of the smaller picks, Southeast Asia and Central America, and then a larger pick, Caucasus. Although he may use that, assuming that someone may go into West Russia, and he can do that to try to counter it, or something.
That's true. That's it. It doesn't seem like that bad a spot in Georgia. It just depends on what else he gets.
And then he's got an alternate pick in Brazil, which he can use, assuming he doesn't get one of his first ones. He might be able to either prevent someone from getting Central America, or be able to help it get all of South America in 3 turns. If he doesn't get Southeast Asia.
I think he'd be able to get all of Caucasus on turn 3. Well, yeah, he'd move stuff from, let's see, second turn, he'd be able to get all of Central America, and yeah, Caucasus doesn't seem like a bad spot, especially if you get Pakistan, or Tomsk, or Ufa. Either one of those.
You couldn't really get this in 2 turns if you went.
No, 3 turns.
No, I mean that's what Lolowut said. Yeah, 3 turns. Yeah, 2 turns. You would need more than 5 reinforcements to get that in 2 turns. Okay, so comparing that to Zerbi, we see Zerbi focusing in Scandinavia, then Ufa, then Xinjiang, alternates being Papua New Guinea, Brazil, and Scott. So some interesting comparisons with ARC putting that one in Georgia. He's going to see Ufa right off the bat, and then in Xinjiang compared to Pakistan, we may see something there.
Yeah, I like Zerbi's. His picks are just pretty balanced, spread out. It's pretty standard, I guess.
Moving on to the first turn. We see ARC in Mexico, going to get 2 territories there, putting his other guys in Georgia since he's touching Ufa. Zerbi, I think I mixed up the names a second ago, I don't know. 2 in Ufa, 3 in Finland, going to work on getting West Russia, apparently. Then he goes into India, ARC does, and then ARC goes Baja and Panama, while Zerbi goes into Norway and then Hong Kong.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tries to attack Georgia with only 2.
Yeah, that was... I already know why he did that. He just did it because there's a chance he could move out to take Western Kazakh, and he's like, well, if he moves out, I'll be able to take his original spot. That's all.
Yep. Okay, so that's turn 1. Moving on to turn 2. ARC in Mexico, putting enough there to get Cuba. Zerbi putting enough in Norway to attack both with 3. Xinjiang putting some there to hit Shanghai, probably. And then ARC putting 1 in India. I don't know why you would only put 1.
I honestly am not sure either. I'll just put one guy over there. I can't do anything with him, but hey.
Yep, and he doesn't attack with it. He just sits it there. If you had 1 extra guy, it would probably be better to put it in Georgia or something to prevent you from losing that.
Yeah, that's true.
But we see that that's all for that turn. Moving on, turn 3, Zerbi puts enough in East China to get that, as ARC puts a lot in Georgia to get Ufa, and puts 2 in India to get the next territory. And he does indeed get that first move.
This timing is pretty ugly. Oh.
And then he moves into Myanmar to threaten Hong Kong and also be 1 territory away from getting Southeast Asia, right as Zerbi finishes off East China.
Ooh, that timing. If he had just done that 1 turn earlier, been able to take Myanmar, things could have been different. But, oh, poor guy. I feel for him. Him.
So, after turn 3, we see Zerbi with 12, ARC with 8.
Ouch.
Oh,
he's
11.
ahead, and he's got... He can defend that bonus very easily if he uses his stuff right. And he does. Oh, yeah. There's no problem there. It's down 11 guys. Let's see what moves we have here. ARC takes the bonus in Thailand.
And he works on West Russia as well.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Zerbi hits Myanmar with 3, does not quite take it. But he hits Thailand with 5 and captures that.
5, well, he was attacking 2, so can understand that. Good moves by Zerbi. He's way ahead right now. He's got positional advantage in Southeast Asia. He doesn't really like being threatened in 2 bonuses in 2 places, but...
Well, we see that both people used their reinforcement cards on turn 5, as Zerbi deployed 4 in Hong Kong and then 13 in Finland. Conversely, ARC in 3 in Arkhangelsk, 5 in Moscow, and then 5 in India.
Yep, I think Zerbi made just some perfect moves there.
Oh yes, prevented him from getting Murmansk, and then prevented ARC from getting the bonus.
Yeah, really, those the moves that he made that I see here are the ideal moves.
Yep, and then after that,
and they work out perfectly.
Zerbi hits Myanmar and Moscow, so that gives Zerbi very, very good positioning, and really, in a lot of ways, seals the game. He's no longer threatened at any of his bonuses. He's just able to push out from there in all directions.
Yep. And although Central America is very safe right now, the problem is that's the only bonus he has. And he's in trouble. While Zerbi, whenever he expands into ARC's territories, he'll be able to get more bonuses.
Yep.
And ARC won't be able to. So it's pretty much over.
And as ARC is losing what he was trying to get before, he's not in a position to get anything else. He could try getting South America, but that would take way too long.
And every time he places guys elsewhere, Zerbi is able to expand in the places he was previously in.
So moving on to turn 6, ARC puts a few in India, and then 5 in Venezuela, because he is indeed trying to work on South America, apparently. As Zerbi goes into, puts some in Myanmar, a few in Thailand. Apparently he's going to expand into Indonesia.
Apparently, apparently Zerbi thought that he didn't know he was as far ahead as he thought he. I mean, as he actually was, because he blockades Murmansk.
Yeah.
Huh. I guess he thought he was more at risk than he actually was. But, well, it didn't matter anyway, I think.
Huh. Yeah, he captures like every territory in West Russia and then blockades it. That's an interesting
funny.
series of events.
Yeah. Man, those blockade cards.
Yeah. Okay, so we see ARC putting some in Vorkuta to try to prevent him from getting the bonus because he didn't see the blockade. And then Zerbi putting a lot in Myanmar
Oh, that's funny.
to go offensive
I
there.
gotta say, that's funny.
Yeah. As ARC captures Bolivia, so now he's in a position to get the rest of the South America bonus. And while that happens, Zerbi gets India.
Yeah, and ARC knows he's behind here, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Now, what I would have done this turn, instead of just putting those 2 in India, I probably would have put some in Pakistan and blockaded Pakistan.
Yeah, oh yeah, I think I would have too. Maybe he just
I would have
wasn't
completely
thinking
given this
about
up and just blockaded it so we couldn't get it.
Oh yeah. But then again, this is also a very fast game, and sometimes it's hard to think of every possibility, every series of moves that you could make. So,
Yeah.
can't blame him too much for it. He probably still would have lost, so. Although it would have been a much more even game if he did that, because then... But the thing is, he also didn't know about Murmansk being blockaded. He would assume that... I mean, you can't blockade both of those, and it's sort of lucky that your opponent just did it for you. But he didn't see that, so...
But anyways, seeing that big stack in India, and seeing that he's going to have a hard time, he's going to have to use pretty much everything to get South America, he decided that after those turns, he's going to go ahead and surrender, giving Zerbi the victory.
Mm-hmm.
So,
overall, that's a pretty funny way to end it, because if you think about it, if ARC had blockaded Pakistan, and with that blockade in Murmansk, it's actually much more of an even game after taking South America, but, well... Oh, man. How's ARC supposed to know that Zerbi would blockade Murmansk? Seriously.
Well, we can see that from the from his profile, he's a relatively new player. He's been playing for about 7.5 months. Only played 116 ranked games though, but he's won 73 of them, so that's pretty good win rate overall. 65% 1v1s. Hasn't played that big of a variety of games though.
Well, that's because he likes 1v1s.
Well, he showed that today as he's the first ever victory of the WarLight live stream tournaments. Yes.
Congratulations, Zerbi. Round of applause.
Okay, in terms of like a spectator mode, turn off fog, things like that. I don't know, it kind of messes up their games because they already know where everybody's located. So, it would be interesting to do it. It would definitely change how people would need to play the game.
Yeah.
Personally, assuming like, you know, later on or whatever, just having like a neutral spectator, maybe someone who is specified in the rule, in the settings of the game, be able to spectate it and have full vision, which is effectively similar as a history, except while the game's ongoing instead of afterwards. That would probably be a preferable spectator mode.
But at the same time, that means you have to trust that person, so...
Yeah, I mean...
They cannot be corruptible.
I mean, because otherwise it's like... Oh, yeah, you can delay it. You can, there's multiple options for delay. I can delay it by several minutes. I don't know the exact limit on delays.
Yeah, that delaying is not a problem at all.
Let me see if I can find that out, actually.
I'll be right back.
Okay. There's something. Huh. Did the stream just shut down? Huh, that was strange for me. It says I'm offline right now. That's so, but I'm not offline. You guys can hear me, right? Huh. Okay. Well, whatever. We'd have to move to the stream as soon as the game ends. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure exactly the limits on delaying videos, but I can delay the stream. Seeing if I can find out. Stream delay, stream delay, stream delay.
Alright, I'm back. What?
Nothing. You didn't miss much.
Well, are we still streaming?
Yes, hold on.
Okay.
Trying to find out about stream delay.
Yeah, delaying the stream isn't a problem. Can you delay it until the game ends, though? Or can you? Yeah, we'd not delay the game itself. It's the broadcast of the game.
Okay, yeah, on Twitch, it's a partner-only feature, and I'm not partnered with Twitch, so
Well, darn.
I'm not sure. But I can do it through XSplit, but I don't think that's this. I don't think it's only like a few minutes at the most or something.
Hmm.
No, we could not delay it like a half hour or something. That would probably not be viable.
Darn.
Hmm. Huh.
Then I guess we just have to wait until the end of the game to do it.
Maybe. Okay, hold on. Let me test out.